There's a twin in one that's really good.
Why stop now? Well, behave yourselves.
Why start now?
A room full of SPs, what a beautiful sight is this.
Are we waiting for Kate, or should we start? Is Kate coming?
Hey,
She's on her way.
is she coming?
Half the room will get up and leave. Don't piss the Scarecrow off. You've seen the show. I can kick pretty high. 38 years ago.
So while we're waiting, let's...
I really wasn't, but yeah, hi.
When I used to do this on his head.
This is about high he can kick 38 years ago. Just in case you needed a measuring stick. How's everyone doing?
So we'll get the ball rolling here. So we're gonna have questions on this side of the room. We've got a microphone here. So Greg and Paul, how old were you when you auditioned for the Scarecrow and Mrs. King, and what do you remember about that audition process?
Wow.
Time's up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure I was 8. And if memory serves. Are you sure you still want the first question? Just saying.
We start and then we'll go.
My ego's big, but it's not that big.
We'll start there and then work our way to the rest of the panel.
Yeah. So the audition for me, if I'm going to answer that question, and Kate and Paul could probably answer this better, but I'm pretty sure that my role was cast already, and my agent fought for an audition for me because, feelings mutual. But I went in for a chemistry read because they did the original auditions over the holidays, and my dad said, "No, you're not auditioning over the holidays. Holidays are family time, and so you're not going to do that." And my agent said after the holidays were over that they were asking for one more read, and so we went in for a chemistry read, and I went in with Kate and Paul, and it just clicked. You know, we sat down in 4 chairs like this that looked like that were set up kind of like as the car in the scene where, yeah, did you set up the chairs? Yeah, see, of course. She does everything. And that's not hyperbole either. She does everything. So, and then it just, it worked, right? The audition worked.
Yeah. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
The microphone.
Philip, do not hit your brother. Oh my God.
How did you? Honestly, it was when Greg came into the room, we were instant brothers, and Katie has the most beautiful mother energy I've ever and she created an atmosphere where we could be a family. And it wasn't hyperbole to say that we instantly became such. And not only is her brilliance in the production of film, but also in the production of a family chemistry that we became and have been for many, many years.
Of course, I was always peering in the kitchen window. Always on the
You did so well.
dodging Beverly every time she turned my way.
It was a modern show. On many, many levels.
We're gonna start the questions over here.
Oh my God, we're going to questions.
All right. This question is for Bruce and Kate, and then if anyone else on the panel wants to answer after they do about your character, please do. Please bear with me on this question. It's a long Amanda ramble. But you'll understand once I finish what I'm asking, because I feel that there are many parts to it. Bruce, I read in an interview with Martin Coate that for Farhaven, you two got together and made up a backstory for your characters. With that in mind, when you found out you had the part of Lee Stetson, did you know much about the character, and did you maybe do the same thing and make up a backstory? During season 1, things were slowly revealed about him, and I feel both Lee and Amanda had many layers to them. Did you talk to the producers at all about it? Did you and Kate talk about it? And Kate, do you remember if there was a reason we never saw or even heard about Joe until the 3rd season? Amanda never mentioned Joe to the boys about their father.
By the way, Wait, what was the question again? Oh my God. Joking.
My dear Sammy Melville, who was my husband in the Rookies, Mike Danko, when, you know, he thought, I loved the name Joe, you know, happiness is just a guy named Joe, or whatever that song is, and Joe. He always thought Joe King was Joe King.
I don't know about the backstory, which I loved when they did start to reveal more and more. I guess every actor does some kind of little autobiographical thing.
I don't need a microphone. No, I just think, you know, maybe not so much. I like the mystery of Lee's beginnings, and it was slowly revealed throughout the series. More of was dealing with this lady here in the characters. It was such a spontaneous thing, meeting her at the train station that morning, and her reactions to me getting beat up by the KGB agents, and turning and trying to find the man with the red hat. And they all had fezzes on. That was such a great joke. No, I don't know. I didn't really dig too deep. I just played it as we were doing it. And that's what I think Kate, who I think is, I always just followed when she went off on something, I went right after her. And a lot of times, you want to talk about long rants. Miss Jackson here, and then I just wait for her mouth to stop, and then I jump in. Because she had the greatest stuff. Our writers, you know, we had some great writers, and we had, and that happens. But she was, you know, following her dialogue was the best. I just tried to bounce back with her. So.
You heard it for the first time.
Sometimes I heard it for the first time. Exactly. But, you know, we just got in sync, and that's one of those wonderful, magical things I'll never forget, is that it became very natural. You know, right from the pilot on, I think, the pilot episode, which still makes me laugh when I watch it. I loved when we had that kind of wacky humor in there.
You know, the producers, like Sammy and Baby with one of our sets of producers. And
The ones I always said goodbye to at the end of these.
Got a chance to say goodbye.
they were telling me, you know, she she, when she lets him in, you know, and she doesn't expect anything's going to happen, because they wanted every show to pretty much be the same, you know. And I said, "Are you kidding me? Is she stupid or crazy?" He comes in the window, a gun comes out, or a bunch of spies kidnap her, something bizarre always happens. And if she doesn't know that and go, "Oh my gosh," when he comes in, it's not going to work. It just won't work. We've got to grow. I don't think they ever at the beginning envisioned that we were going to be the last ones to know that we had fallen in love and get married and have a wedding. And do the whole thing. I don't think that was ever, because they, you know, I think they envisioned it sort of like Murder, She Wrote, which was a wonderful show, but it was the same show, you know. We grew.
And that the boys would grow up.
The boys would get older. There's a difference.
That's for the height challenged. Greg, your beard, it's as white as mine, and I still am in shock when I.
That's what happens.
I'm white. I'm actually white now. I was silver like you at one time. Oh, well, what are you going to do? I had brown hair, Kate. Remember me? I had brown hair. I know.
It was fun because we did grow, and it was fun because we did make stuff up. It was.
No, and that's what was the wonder of it. I mean, I don't think I had ever really experienced, prior to working with you, that kind of, where we had the ability to spontaneously kind of jump off the page of that, off of what they had there. They just let us go.
Oh, they had to, didn't they?
Yes, there seemed to be, they didn't have much choice. But, should we move along here? You're pointing at me.
Oh.
Kate and Bruce in the cast, what do you think your characters would be doing in the present day?
Oh, well, they were their grandparents now, probably.
Yeah.
Or if they're not, they have they have a boy and a girl, and the girl is Sophie, and she's their natural child. The boy is Alex. Joe King, his wife's child, and they were killed in a plane crash. Amanda and Joe had a pact, you know, if anything ever happened to one or the other, the children would, you know, Joe would tell us.
She's not thought about this.
Kate has put zero thought into any of this.
Spontaneous.
And,
It was a good question.
Yeah, well, you know, when I had discovered I had a bun in the oven, we decided that we were going to give up our, you know, our dangerous ways. They the agency found a place for us somewhere far away in the middle of an old, beautiful little island.
Did we come back? Did we come back to the States?
We had to.
Yeah.
We were all in. For the first time, it came crackling to life, and we looked at each other because we knew if we answered, they were going to ask us to help. Something had happened, and we were going to be swept away again up in that whole thing.
Did we have big grins on our faces? We were kind of excited, weren't we?
And Billy Melrose had retired, taken his wife to Paris, as he had promised to do for years. And in the 11th arrondissement, they were walking down a narrow street, and they were ambushed. By a gang that we had been after before, and were probably the only people who could find them and save them. So we went back to Paris, and we were ambushed, and then the last thing that you see before we sort of fade to black is this Lee is fighting like hell, and Amanda has been knocked unconscious, and this big thug is carrying her going that way, and 4 big thugs have grabbed Lee and
Beating
pulling
the heck
him
out
that
of him,
way,
yeah.
and he's screaming, "I'll find you!
No, I do.
5 more
5 more episodes.
episodes.
So when is this?
Manchurian.
When is this going to be shot? When are we seeing it?
Do you like that?
All right, CBS. Be a Manchurian candidate. I love it.
Okay, I'd like to ask my question. I'm so sorry. I just want to hopefully get through this. I apologize to everybody who are Scarecrow and Mrs. King fans. I have been a fan of you, Kate Jackson, since the Rookies, the Charlie's Angels. I do have a question, but then after that I had to go back and watch Dark Shadows. For that I have all the movies, you know, many, I think I have 8, 9 of the movies that you've done. When I was in college, we were doing a play down here. I forget the name of it, and I wanted to see it, but I didn't. I cannot believe I'm seeing you here in person. This is a bucket list. I did not know until Tuesday. I am so happy that you came. I have a number to get a picture. I hope you're still there. My mom, who is 100, still living, watched Scarecrow and Mrs. King, and she loved the show. My question is, being that you were the smart angel, and then changing to the character here where, and I didn't really watch it, but I know you were playing a not so smart, this is what my mom said, but you really were smart, and you got together and you were doing the cases, is that right? I mean, okay, then I'm wrong. Okay, never mind, but I just...
No, Amanda was very smart, and she had the greatest instincts
Fish
in the
out of
world.
water.
But she was a fish out of water, yeah.
Okay,
And,
that's...
She wasn't-
I mean, what would you do if this handsome man introduces himself to you and he's a spy? You watch him,
Dressed as a waiter.
you watch him get beaten up. When I was standing on the back train looking at him, I didn't know how to play that, so I just opened my mouth as wide as I could possibly. That was how you played that scene.
Yeah.
And she was a fish out of water. And yeah, there wasn't much she couldn't do, but she didn't know it. And, you know, and if she saw something coming up that she might need to acquire a skill that she didn't have, she'd go out and learn how to do whatever it was that he was going to say, but you can't do that. She'd say, oh yes, I can. But it was, you know what, it was sort of hard because on Charlie's Angels, I could do anything. You know, I always knew how to do everything, and I had to totally switch gears and be the one that was saying, huh?
That's what I mean. Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, that was hard. That was really hard. I remembered distinctly how difficult that was. But then, you know, once you switch gears, then it's fine. But it was really difficult at first. I mean, really.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank all of you.
Say hello to your mother for us.
I will.
Yeah. And for all of us here, this has been waiting to happen for a long time, so thank you so much.
Thank you. We thank you.
Yes.
We really do. You know, people say, well, I appreciate you. I hate that. But we really do. We really do. We wouldn't be here if you weren't there.
That's not a cliche. I mean,
Yeah, that's not just something that I say. I really mean it. You have invited us into your homes every week.
You've been in their homes every week? Get invited?
we made a hall too, I want to tell
You know, you guys, you guys are the best.
you. They are.
Nobody has people like that.
Kate, for you, how was it like directing and starring in an episode, and for the rest of you, being the people being directed by the person who's been acting alongside you all that time.
I'm curious about that.
Francine. Yeah, great.
Because poor Francine probably took the brunt of that, but
Not at all,
Martha?
no. Are you kidding? No, Kate's a marvelous director. She knows every facet of the business. I always tell people when they're coming to my table for selfies that I learned lighting from the master, Kate Jackson. She did. She knew the camera. She knew, and you can see it when her directing. If you watch those episodes, she was fantastic. I can't say anything that, well, I can talk about Amanda, but it's Kate Jackson. I can say she was a marvelous director and a great actress and a good friend. Talk Amanda. Let's fish some dirt. Fish out of water.
You guys don't realize that. Oh, thank you. Don't need a mic either. One of the things about y'all have to realize is that Katie, the mold was broken with her. She was able to, at a time where few women had achieved the marvelous of a show, where she was a showrunner, an actor, a director, and a creator. When she was able to, I remember sitting there and watching her set camera, and she knew exactly what to do. You folks, it's creation in real time. And she'd stay up late, and she'd be working with the writers, and she'd say, no.